Hey there, it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Purposeful Planner by Corie. So there's two versions of this planner. There is a day to a page version, which is what I'll be reviewing in this video, and there's also a weekly version. So full disclaimer, I was sent a copy of this planner for free in exchange for this review. However, when you see the inside and how functional it is, particularly the extra pages that most planners don't include, you'll see why I was going to buy the planner anyway. So first things first, the planner arrives in a really nice gift box, which has even gold foil in the name. How cute is that? Nice attention to detail. This would be really good for storing your planner supplies, sticky notes, highlighters, etc. And also with the planner was some rainbow sticker sheets. So you get 5 of these. It's the same sheet for all 5, which has functional boxes, really good for reminders, color coding bills, appointments, and the like. And some little icon stickers as well. Super cute, love it. Nice little extra. In terms of the planner itself, it is a bit bigger than most other planners these days, at about 8.25 inches wide by about 10 inches high. It's hardcover, so super sturdy. Because it is a daily planner though, it is quite bulky, as you can see from the size of that coil. It's about 1 inch thick. Because of that and because of the hardcover, it is quite heavy. It's going to be too heavy to take with you in your handbag unless you've got a really big bag. It is probably one of the heavier planners that I've come across. However, if you're someone like me that just leaves their planner on their desk and doesn't take it with them, I tend to just take a photo of the pages and then I have that on my phone when I'm out and about. You could still use the planner, just maybe keep it at home. Alright, so we've got a pocket folder in the front, which is super functional. Except it can also be a bit of a dumping ground if you're like me. So it's probably a good thing that it's a thin pocket folder. I can't really get my whole hand in there. You probably fit a few pieces of paper like your mail as you run out the door. So the whole planner itself is black and white themed throughout, which is simple, and then you can go crazy with color coding. I used to avoid planners that had this just black and white theme because I originally thought it was boring, but nowadays I actually prefer that because then I have the freedom to customize it without worrying about the colors that I use clashing with the colors of the planner, so my spreads always look pretty. So it gives you some more tips on how to use the pages, which I find is always helpful, to give you a good starting point and some different ways to use your planner. And then you have some initial goal setting pages with some lined writing space, which is always handy. A bucket list, holidays page. It is a US planner, so has US dates in it. Something that most of them don't include is like a tax day, so if you're in the US, that would be super handy. Then we go into the monthly calendars. So because it's a big planner, you get nice big boxes to write in. They start on a Monday, which is good because most monthly planners, for whatever reason, start on a Sunday, even when the weekly spread starts on a Monday. I've never understood why it's not consistent, and I wish that more monthly calendars would include a Monday start like this one. You've got a nice big open-ended line sidebar. You put some stickers over the top of that. You could divide it into 2 and do like a work personal list. Really like when it's nice and open-ended and you can choose how you want to use that. Big month of the year printed, so if you're flicking through the planner, you can find the month. You've also got the tabs as well. Different quotes throughout, as you can see. Keeps it interesting, and yeah, nice big boxes to write in, so big fan of that. We go to the other monthly planning pages. So for each month you get a budget, which I really like this format. It's different to most of the budgets. They usually do columns, whereas this is a different style, so I'm actually keen to try it out and see if I prefer this format. So yep, typical budget categories, always handy. And then this one here, the menu. So I really like this menu page, and I much prefer list format. So when I'm doing blog planning, I always do a list format. So I'm thinking about actually changing this to January post, and then photos needed instead of ingredients. However, if you did want to use this as a traditional planner, this is a really handy page to have, which I wish more planners included, because there's never enough space to put in the monthly calendar, your meal planning and then appointments, bills due, etc. I always run out of room in the boxes, so this is a really handy page. I really like this, really good addition. We have the master task list, which you can allocate to each of your rooms. Probably a bit too much space for me. I mean, I don't need multiple lines for so many areas, but if you were a mum and you had a whole house to keep track of, then I can understand why you would need that. So helpful page, better to have it than to not. And then some open-ended goal planning space, I love that everything in this planner is lined. So handy. Okay, so then we have the day to a page layout. So this planner can go back on itself, which I really like because then it takes up less space. So let's go through the daily page. You've got the quotes continued throughout the day, top 3, love that because I always do a top 3. Schedule runs from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m, which isn't too bad. Some planners, for whatever reason, start at 5 a.m. I don't know about you, but I am definitely not up and functioning at 5 a.m. I don't even usually roll out of bed until like 10 o'clock on a weekend. But at least this starts slightly later at 6 and it does still go to 9, so not too bad. 2 lines per hour, so you could do half an hour planning. Most planners never include enough space in the scheduling section. However, I feel that this one actually has a decent amount of room to write and the column is nice and wide. So this layout really does maximize the page. You don't have much like margin or dead space, which is good. And we have health, so if you want to put like exercise. It has this 15-minute task. That one's not a good example, but if I go to the next page of things like purge those paper piles, like little reminders, which I find is really cute and handy throughout the planner. I really like that idea. Have not seen another planner that does that, so I think that's quite clever. Really do like that feature. Got a water tracker, prayer and praise, not particularly religious, so I'll probably wipe that out and put something else there. A brain dump section, retail therapy, which is probably a bit dangerous to include that, and then the daily menu page section. So if you didn't like any of those, you can always just white it out and put your own title, which is what I tend to do when I customize a planner when I go to use it. Right, so all those daily pages are the same except until you get to the weekends. So Saturday and Sunday get half the amount of space as a weekday. If you're someone like me that tends to only use a daily planner on the weekend because you're at your day job during the week, I would probably prefer a full day per page. However, it would create even more pages and bulk to the planner, so I can understand why they did it. And because it is a larger page size, you do still get quite a lot of space to do your planning. So on the whole, I do think it's a really good functional daily planning layout. Now, in terms of the months, you probably know what I'm going to be looking for next. I want to see what happens when the week ends. Oh, that was me doing some dimensions for sticker sizes. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. Some planners do this thing where they add a diagonal line and then they split one full-size box into 2 days. And if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know what I'm going to say. Absolutely hate when planner companies do this. Like, please, if you're a planner company watching this video, can you please just restart the numbering on the top row? So you go from 29 and then you would go 30, 31, rather than splitting the box into 2. I can't fit anything in a triangle like that. It's too small. So what I tend to do is get some white out, line through that, line over that, and then I actually get a full box back, and then I just rewrite or restart the numbering, just write in pen or use a date dot sticker up the top here. So a little disappointing, but I can't say I'm surprised because so many planner companies do it for whatever reason. You do get the holidays printed, which is handy, and they put it at the bottom so it doesn't waste space. Sometimes they'll put it, you know, like in the middle and you go, why? Because they don't have any room to write. So at least that is still giving you lots of space to put your own plans in there. Now, at the back of the planner, keep going. Unfortunately, we do not have any notes pages, which is quite disappointing because normally I do a pen test on the extra pages at the back, but I mean, it is a daily planner, so it's probably bulky enough. You do have a lot of space to plan each day, so I can understand why they don't put any notes pages there, but still a couple would be handy. You do get those ones for each month though, so I might just use one of those. I mean, you do get the monthly calendar, and then 4 planning pages for each month is a lot more than most planners include. So on the whole, very functional planner. I do like it. Even though I don't tend to use a daily planner, I do think I'm going to actually try this one. And yeah, pretty print at the back. That's really high quality printing too. That looks really nice. Really good like detail. Alright, so I'll have the link to the pen test blog post where I've got the photos for that in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more planner reviews. I usually post 1 or 2 each week because I have no self-control when it comes to buying planners. I just love them all and want to try them all. So, super pretty planner. I do like the Corie Clark in the daily edition, and again, that link to the pen test will be in the description box below. I'll see you in the next video.